Mm. What's up, everybody? Chef Irie in the house, and we have another sumptuous dish for you this week. Yes, nice and easy. Fish it is again. Fish it is again. What are we doing this week? We are doing jerk seared tuna, and we're just going to serve that over a light salad that has sweet potatoes, blanched, yes, some colorful tomatoes, kind of sort of heirloom. We got some red onions, cucumber, avocado, Hass avocado. We got some green onions, and of course we're gonna make our little dressing, with some usual, suspects: oil, citrus, mustard, yes. And then we're gonna crust our jerk tuna in a little panko, just so we can get a little crunch on the outside. This is our jerk tuna. It's been sitting for a little bit, right? Nice. So you want to make sure this. You don't have to do it overnight. You can do this for about 15-20 minutes. Like every 5 minutes, just flip it on each side. So what I did, I got a nice little piece of tuna and cut it in two sorts of oblong medallions. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that we're going to sear it on. And then we're going to slice it. Right, a little about me. I'm here in South Florida. Chef Irie, personal chef, private chef. And we cater, we travel. We do private dinners, dinner for two, boutique dinners, 10 and up, all that good stuff. Airbnb. Hook a brother up. Follow me on IG. I am Chef Irie. Twitter, Chef Irie. Facebook, Chef Irie. And of course, get the book, Taste the Islands, Culinary Adventure in a Caribbean Kitchen. You can find it on Amazon. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. We're going to hopefully do a book signing later this summer. Yes. Check it out. Get the book. Get the book. All right, people. We're going to start. All right. Our pan is heating up. And so what we got here is a little grapeseed oil. And we're going to add a little bit of sesame. So tuna, everybody always associate tuna, with Asian flavors. And of course, we're not shying away from it today. But of course, just like any other fish, you can season it, any way you want. And the thing about tuna, you can eat it seared, cooked, medium, mid-rare, or you can cut it up nice and fresh and make tuna tartare. Yes, I'm going to tell you about that in a second. All right, so what we got our tuna. We got in this marinade, I'll tell you what we got in this marinade. We got hoisin sauce, about a teaspoon. We got about a tablespoon of jerk seasoning, spicy. We got a little mushroom soy. And we got a little sesame oil, probably about a teaspoon of each. And about 2 or so tablespoons of orange juice. All right? So now we're just going to make sure that all 4 sides of the tuna is crusted, just like so, and the ends are naked. All right, so I'm gonna turn this down really low because it's panko. So what we're gonna do, about 30 seconds or so at each side. And then we're going to just keep flipping it around until all sides have been seared. One side. So you don't need a lot of oil in the pan for this. And because basically, we're not trying to cook the fish all the way through. It's tuna, right? So the beauty of the tuna is that you have this sear and you have this crunch. But when you cut into it, you'll see the beauty of the tuna. So most people don't like, the whole idea of raw tuna per se. And that's basically, most of it is raw. So we're getting the flavors, the sesame, and we're going to put this marinade to the side and the panko to the side because we don't need that. But we're going to turn, yes, all right. Flip, another flip, All right. So what we have here, and what we're going to do, is make a quick vinaigrette for this dressing, for this tuna. So, little honey mustard. About 2 teaspoons, almost a tablespoon. Little sugar. About 2 teaspoons of sugar. And staying with the Asian flavors. Hey, come on now, behave yourself. We have here a little chili garlic sauce. Now we don't want to use a lot, we're just using it for flavor, alright? So I'd say about half a teaspoon, make it a teaspoon. Teaspoon. Right? And we got some powdered ginger. So we're going to use probably about half a teaspoon of powdered ginger. Right, boom. And now we're going to add some oil. Grapeseed oil. And then we're going to add just a little bit of sesame. And if you notice, I haven't put any salt in there yet. Good. Why? Because I'm going to add a little fish sauce. Yes, fish sauce. Yes. It's salty, flavorful, used a lot in Thai cooking. And so we just use a few drops of that. And now we're going to whisk this up. And then we're going to add some OJ to this. Alright? So let's whisk our tuna. Don't forget the tuna, chef. Ah, lovely. One more side. Alright, almost forget the tuna. Alright, just whisk this up, create a nice little motion. Alright, so this is how easy a vinaigrette is, can be made. Alright. Before, alright, so let's put this, these are the tuna. Yeah. Now we're going to put this to the side. Let it rest for a sec. Turn the stove off. And now we're going to add some OJ. Not a lot, because it doesn't need to be a lot. So what I'm looking for, okay, we're not looking for very watery. We're looking for moderate, a little viscous, and we're looking for something that will stick, to the spoon. Stick to the spoon, especially stick to the back of the spoon. All right. So here's the tip: when you make your dressings or your sauces, and you want to check to see if it's nice and ready, when you put it on the plate, that's going to run all over the plate. Just run your fingers down. Delicious. The back of the spoon with the sauce. And if it comes together, it's still a little watery. So it's a little too loose. So you might want to thicken it up a bit. But when it stays apart like that, good to go. All right. All right. So, what did I tell you? This was an easy dish, right? And we're going to start plating this dish. But before we do everything, I want to get some of the vinaigrette in the bottom of this bowl. All right? And it's just going to be a base. It's just a plating technique for me. Sauce in the bottom of this bowl. It's going to look nice and pretty, I think. A little more. Awesome. Just let it cover the bottom of the bowl, or you can use, just a plate. All right. And good. So we're gonna use another bowl. So we got our tomatoes. We got our sweet potato. We got our onions. Some green onions. All right. And I need a little space here. All right. So we're gonna clean this board off because we need it. All right. So this is our sauce on the bottom of our bowl or vinaigrette. Look at that color, right? Nice and beautiful. All right, put that down, chef. Tomatoes, we're gonna add a little lime. And we're also gonna add a little of this vinaigrette to our vegetables or tomatoes, just a little bit, not a lot. All right. We also have some basil, and we're not even gonna chop that. We're just gonna rip the leaves, little pieces, right into the salad. All right. So one of the things that you don't want to do when you're using fresh herbs and the leaves is to chop them up, especially basil. Basil doesn't like to be chopped. It likes to be ripped and pulled apart. But if you do chop it, just slice it one time. Don't chop it up. It's going to turn black. It's going to oxidize. And you're going to like, what happened to my pretty basil? All right. Maybe a little more. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop. All right. Now, we have some cucumbers. And these are like cut on the bias. All right. Very long on the bias. And we're going to put these on the bottom of our plate or bowl. And we're just going to fan them out on the bottom. Right? It's all about the visuals, right? All about the visuals, chef. Boom. Shaka-laka-laka-laka. All right, good. Now, let's mix our salad. And I know I said I didn't add any salt, but I feel the need to add a little touch of Himalayan sea salt. Just a tad. All right? And I'm going to tell you what all these salts that are in this container. And we're going to add our salad right over the cucumber, right in the middle. Presentation, chef, yes. All right. Oh, love the colors. Red, orange, yellow, green. All right. All right, put that aside. Wipe. And now I need my tuna. All right. So we're gonna slice. Oh yeah. All right. And we're just gonna lay this right on top of our salad. Yummy. All right, look at that. So let's go like so. Tuna, 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 tuna. Lovely. I love it. I'll get you over here. And I know I didn't see, you saw it on the board, so guess what? We're going to add a little avocado. All right, so you know how to, make sure the safe way. You got your avocado, you got your seed, you got the heel of the knife. That's what it's called, the heel of the knife. And you want to put the heel of the knife, or you can put this down on the board and do it, and twist. Take this out, take your thumb, flip it off the heel of the knife, and you're good to go. So what we're going to do is use a spoon, and we're just going to scoop the avocado out of its shell, if you would. And then we're going to slice it up. All right. Nice and easy. All right. So just nice thin slices. We can use just 1/2 of this avocado for this dish. All right. And we're going to fan it out and make it look pretty. Yeah. All right, good. And just like everything else, we're gonna add some cilantro as garnish. Right? Oh man, I love this dish. And just for love's sake, we're just gonna add just a drizzle right across the top of the tuna. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Guess what? This dish is done. Wow. Didn't I tell you? It was nice and easy. Yes. And so, well, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you. Yes, that's what we got. That's what we got, chef. Yes. Turn it around. Sexy. Tuna. Avocado. Sweet potato, tomatoes, cucumber, and garlic chili vinaigrette with orange juice and mustard. That's what we got. That's the dish. So, check me out. Tasty Islands, Culinary Adventure in the Caribbean Kitchen. Buy the book. Follow me on IG. I am Chef Irie. Yeah? And Twitter, Chef Irie. And that's what you got. So I was going to tell you real quick. So I bought this several years ago. And this got about four different salts. So it's got Hawaiian layer on the bottom. So if you can see the color. We got Himalayan sea salt, which is next. And we got a gray salt. We got a black salt. And then we have regular sea salt. All different flavors, different textures. And they all look differently. Especially the regular sea salt, which is very flaky. All right? Get you some salts, man. Experiment with some different salts. And these are not necessarily used primarily for full seasoning, but usually for finishing, especially the regular sea salt, the gray salt, and the black salt. Himalayan sea salt, when you're cooking with it, make sure just to remember that the sea salt is very more potent in flavor, so you don't need a lot of it. So don't season it like you would when you're using like your iodized salt or your kosher salt and stuff like that. Use this sparingly for the flavor factor of the salt. All right, so that's the dish, people. I hope you've been having a great day. Salud. The drink today is brought to you by limoncello rum, orange juice, lime, and grenadine. Thank you very much. Salud. Food on Fire Experiences. I'm out.